ago, you mentioned your mother. It was about this exact time when you were appearing on this program, the last hour of the Washington Journal, 10 years ago, that your mother called into this program. Joyce Woodhouse is her name, and this is that moment from 10 years ago.
Well, you're right. I'm from down south.
Oh, God, it's Mom.
And I'm your mother. And I disagree that all families are like ours. I don't know many families that are fighting at Thanksgiving.
Is this really your mother?
No, it's our Mom.
I was very glad that this Thanksgiving was a year that you two were supposed to go to your in-laws, and I'm hoping you'll have some of this out of your system when you come here for Christmas.
Yeah, we were not together this Thanksgiving. We are most years.
I would really like a peaceful Christmas, and I love you both.
Hey, y'all. This is You Can't Make This Shit Up. I'm your host, David Washington, and that has got to be one of the most famous political moments in the world of family politics, let alone politics. That was the Woodhouse brothers, and that was about 10 years ago, December 14th, 16th, where the Woodhouse brothers, you have Dallas, who's the conservative, the dark-haired one, and then Brad, who's the liberal one, Republican, Democrat, who are on one of my favorite shows, Washington Journal, on C-SPAN, that I listen to almost every day to start my day, whether I'm walking or taking a shower or getting dressed or just having my coffee. Ooh, I better grab my coffee before it gets cold. But 10 years ago, December, that particular clip of the Woodhouse brothers on Washington Journal with Steve Scully, and they were bickering like politicals do, and it was kind of rough. And their mother called in to the show, and at first Dallas was saying, and you know something, let's hear what Dallas has to say, and we'll go from there, right? Okay.
December 16th, 2014, Dallas Woodhouse. You mentioned your mom. How's she doing?
I mean, she's still sharp as a tack. She doesn't quite get along as as good as she did, but neither do Brad and I. And I'll notice that on that clip, she said she loves us both. She didn't say she loves us both equally. Just for the record, we know that
he does down.
The glorious Brad
just agrees with me more.
Town, you never see anything like it. One thing I want to say about that clip that's interesting is I always remember it. Is that it did not sound to me at the time like it does when you play the clip. In other words, Steve Scully says, we've got a call from Raleigh, North Carolina, and that's all I heard. And then he says the name Joy. Well, Joy is my sister. My mom is Joyce. But my sister wasn't living there at the time, but I never heard the name. So all I heard was Raleigh, and I go, well, it's somebody from down south.
Interrupted
and then that's what surprised me so much. And that's why, the clip is, a big part of it is me going, oh God, it's Mom. I mean, I was just so shocked.
Well, I promise you, if a Joyce from North Carolina calls in the next half hour, we will bump her up to the top. But in the meantime, let me let you talk to Earl.
So, this is awesome. This is awesome. And this is what it's all about in politics. When families get together for the holidays, they get into it as we all get into it in politics. However, the overarching message I want to leave with you all, and please, I encourage you all to go to cspan.org, go to Washington Journal, and just type in Woodhouse or the Woodhouse brothers, and you'll see all the clips. They've come on the show several times in other C-SPAN shows to discuss politics, but see the original 10 years ago, and it pretty much lets you know, yeah, during the holidays, we all get together and there's conversations that we have with one another. And sometimes those conversations, when we're talking about politics, are a little unhealthy. And I want to leave with this with you all. First, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, however you celebrate. May you have an incredibly fun and healthy holiday season 2024. Second, in regards to health, we're always concerned about our mental health, our spiritual health, our physical health. Sometimes we need to take a break and tend to those things so that we maintain a healthy lifestyle. And I want to challenge you all, my viewers and listeners, to think about politics in that same space, your political health, your civic engagement health, because politics is incredibly important. And it's it's a little bit melodramatic. Oh, this election is the most important election of our lifetime, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. However, every election is the most important election of our lifetime. And we need to start thinking about that in healthy ways and start having healthy conversations with ourselves and with our family, our friends, our neighbors, our community, candidates, electeds, influencers, politicals, and hold one another accountable in full transparency. We need healthy discussions about we as Americans, we as human beings, through politics, making this world a better place for all of us. And so, this may be hard to, imagine that, yeah, political health is important. Yeah, it is. It's very important. And I want you to, take the day to think about how you can incorporate politics or the understanding of politics, or even better yet, civic engagement. How you can incorporate a sense of civic engagement into your daily lives, whether it's talking to, your children about it, participating in a voter registration drive, writing a letter, an email, a tweet, do a TikTok to your local representative, or you know, or in your news feed. I mean, your news feed, not your TikTok feed or your Facebook feed or anything like that, but your news feed. Maybe you want to include a reputable journal or newspaper or some type of media, a podcast even. Hey, that's me. Make sure we're in your feed. Like, comment, subscribe. But however, you want to include civic engagement, civic education, and civic understanding in your day-to-day life, because it's really important. It's important for all of us. And so saying that, I want to leave you with this excerpt in regards to the Woodhouse boys.
When their mother called in. Brad Woodhouse, remind viewers what that 2014 documentary Woodhouse Divided was all about.
Well, that documentary was about the time that Dallas and I squared off in 2009, 2010, over the passage of the Affordable Care Act. He had a documentarian follow our activity. He was running Americans for Prosperity in North Carolina. I was at the DNC helping the President Obama and the White House pass the Affordable Care Act. And so we had this documentary. It was coming out right around then, and I think we were doing a pretty mediocre segment with Steve Scully when Mom shocked the world and called in and told us to stop bickering.
Dallas Woodhouse, today, is your family, is the country more divided than it was back in 2014?
Probably not. There were certainly a lot of things that were posted on Twitter, everything about Thanksgiving after, President Trump's election. I mean, I think the election returns were a little more unifying in that we had a Republican president win the popular vote, which hadn't happened in a long time.
Well, that's no longer true.
Well, yeah, because y'all just keep counting votes till you didn't do that.
He won a plurality, but he did not win a majority.
Okay,
and that's something that we talk about, John.
Well, all right. Well, let's see what that does for you. But hey, look, I was thinking about things that have not changed over the last 10 years. I mean, they passed the Affordable Health Care Act. Brad thinks it's a success. I don't. That hasn't changed. Our mother,
the American people,
who is
the American people think it's
as sharp as ever. She doesn't get around quite as good, but she is the same. The other week I was with her, and she Brad called her and she asked when Brad was coming home for Christmas, and she's really excited to see him. As I am. It's very different. He lives in D.C. and.
Are you going to be spending the holidays to Christmas holidays?
Yeah, we'll be together at Christmas. He's coming to my house for Christmas Eve. But the funny thing is when Mom talks to Brad, she just lights up and gets so happy. She then starts calling Robert Preston and getting 76 trombones ready and marching bands and celestial choirs.
And not the same with you?
And then the very next day, I have to run some errands for her and do some things. I was late bringing her some coffee or whatever else. And, she told me twice she was going to cut me out of the will.
Oh, come on now. That's not.
Yes, she did. You asked her. She told me twice she was going to cut me out of the will. And I said, that's fine. If that's what you want to do. I said, what you can't do, hold on, Brad. What I said, Mom, you can't do is you can't stop me from being your pallbearer. And she said, well, why would you want to do that? I said, I'm not going to miss my opportunity to let you down.
All right, everyone. That's the Woodhouse boys. I wish everyone an awesome holiday season. This is You Can't Make This Shit Up. We've got some great things happening in 2025. We are going strong. So please, like, share, and hit that notification button. It means so much that you are a part of our community and that you're contributing to our community, Ubuntu. So, more importantly, we'd love to hear what you have to say. Comment. I love your comments. I've got so many comments that I need to tend to on TikTok, on a TikTok that we did in regards to, I think it was the one in regards to former Representative Matt Gaetz. So again, thank you. And we'll see you the next time. This is You Can't Make This Shit Up.